Hi, in this video you're going to see me try and put the flooring down in this Vauxhall Vivaro that I'm converting into a camper van. If you haven't seen the last episode, I took the bulkhead out to there because this is the crew cab which has got the 3 seats in the back, basically because I need those for family and everything else. And once this is converted there's going to be extra seats in the back, but at the moment I'm going to do that. I did actually record an intro to this video the other week, but then I found there was a leak on the roof coming from some light, so I've had to patch that up and I've had to put the battens down that were under the existing floor that's there, because basically what I'm going to be doing in this one is putting the insulation down, which is the foam with the silver foil on, and then I'm going to put some laminate floor type of thing down. Basically I got that free from my brother because he got it free from somewhere else, and this only cost me like a tenner off like a car boot. It's about 10 meters there, so I'm going to put that down and then do that. So I'm going to use like spray adhesive to put it down, and then we go from there. Hopefully this is fine. Let's get on with it and then we'll see where we go from there. Before we get down to putting the actual insulation down, and because this Vauxhall Vivaro crew cab had actually been used as a work van, must have been for cement and building in the building trade or something like that, it was absolutely filthy. I had to get the old floorboard up, and underneath there it was absolutely filthy. So first of all I had to get all that out. That was using a vacuum and then scrubbing and everything like that. Now to actually put the battens down, what I used is, some of them had just come loose, but other ones I just cut out of the remaining floorboard that I'd just taken up, and then used hard as nails to actually glue those down to the actual surface. While I was waiting for the hard as nails to actually dry, which took about 24 hours, I took off the back kickboard that's by the back door, basically because it was dirty, and then underneath I couldn't believe really then there was so much grounding muck there. So then again, scrubbing, vacuuming, getting that up, and then to prepare the whole floor to put the insulation down, because remember, once the insulation's down you're not going to get to this again. So then that was giving it a good clean with soapy water, and then giving it a good dry and making sure there was no muck there again, a quick vacuum, and then we're ready now to put down the insulation. To secure the insulation down, all I used was the tins of spray adhesive, and then sprayed that literally all over, because remember, you've got the high points of the actual van itself as well as then the battens that I've actually put on, so it was easier just to spray everything, and then I was able to just literally push it all down. Just rolled this out now. I was going to go right into the corners and then cut it around the wheel arch, but it was just too more difficult, so I've just gone straight, and then I'll patch that later. But because I've got the seats in at the moment, they will be coming out like I said, but they're only held in by a few bolts, but they're heavy. And unfortunately, if you haven't seen any of my other videos when I've got my other little camper, I've got a spinal problem, so lifting them and taking them out and everything else and putting them back in isn't really an option until they definitely come out. So what I'm going to do is just go up to there, then roll this over. I've measured it so it's about 1 metre extra, so I'm going to cut that off and then just keep it rolled up there, and then do the other side here, because this is still used for a work vehicle, because I do clean out fish pools but not as much as I like, so I keep an area of this which is going to be then for that. So I'm just going to get that done, and then I'll patch the corners as well. Well, I've covered the bottom with the insulation and I've started to do the wheel arches, but I'm now starting to put the floor in. I know really I should do the insulation all the way up and in the crevices and everything else, but basically, like I say, I need this as kind of a working van. I need a floor in the back, so I don't want to get this damaged, so I just need to get the flooring in. I did think to go in front to back with the laminate floor, tongue and groove things, but really it's best to go from side to side. So what I've done, and because you've got the little black plastic bit that goes over there, I've took that off now and put this over, and I've put it so that it goes over it. I was going to cut it out. It took me a while to figure it out, but it's gone on. So then I've just screwed that in. I haven't got like long enough or short enough screws to go in, so I've just used the ones from that. So they're black and they're sticking up a little bit, but they will be recessed. And again, I'm going to be doing it a little bit different, and some people may say a bit more controversial. I'm putting carpet over this because, like, when in my other van as well, yeah, I've got the flooring in there. It's nice when you get out of bed in the middle of the night and things like that, just to get onto a carpet makes it a bit more warmer, and I've got some spare carpet to actually go in here. So you're never going to really see the screws in my thing, but then, you know, it's only just to secure the front panel, and then I'm going to go back. So that's what we're going to do now, is going to literally go as far back as I can, cut as we go along and everything else. So hopefully this will go well. Now, I did get so far by the wheel arches, and I've got to cut those now, but I couldn't then go any further because the seats were there, and I really didn't want to take the seats out yet while I'm converting this. I just wanted to do the back bit. But what I've done is I've now took the seats out. So now what I had to do was then put some extra plinths down on bits of wood so that if I need to screw anything in, I can do. And then I've also took out the actual trim where you step in kind of thing, because the one side, which is where the door is going to be open, that's the thing, was cracked anyway. So what I'm going to do is go all the way up to there. Now again, like I've said, I'm putting laminate flooring down. It didn't have to be laminate floor, it's just this was free. I could have put any flooring down because, like I say, I am putting carpet down, so that will then go all the way around, so it'll look a little bit better. And again, some people say, well, no, you don't want carpet. Like I've said, I want it so that it's nice and warm, and it'll just make it feel a little bit warmer as well. So now what I've done is I've put those plinths down. I'm going to get on with the insulation and then literally board this now from the wheel arches and then that way, and then actually secure them all down now. So let's get on with that now. So again, here I'm just using the spray adhesive to put the insulation down. This is where, like I said, would have been under the back seats, and then I start putting that into like the recesses where the actual like back doors are, where you step in, because especially on the passenger side, which is going to be the main door that I'm going to be using to get in and out of the camper, I want that so it's not as high as a step. Now yes, I could have gone all the way flat, which I do in the end on the other side, just because I'm putting a unit in there, which, like I say, is a few videos forward. So again, if you do want to see, you know, how I'm getting on with this Vauxhall Vivaro camper conversion, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, because there will be more coming up, because I am a lot further along than I'm putting out the videos, if you get what I mean as well. I was able to get the insulation directly under the trim that's going into the cab area, because the cab area is good like 3-4 inches higher, so I was able to just push it underneath there. You can see here I took all the floorboarding back up again to put it back down again. It may sound stupid, but the reason behind that is because I was screwing it down, I couldn't remember where the battens were, so it was easier to take them up, and then I could feel where the battens were, and then on each one mark by the sides, so then I knew where to screw in. Now I did make a mistake on buying the wrong kind of screws. I thought I'd get away with 16mm. In the end I had to get some 20mm, so I had to redo those in the end again anyway. As the step part by the back door is recessed, I needed to cut the boards around that shape, so some were curved shape and everything, so I just put the board down, marked it, and then jigsawed that out, and then basically that made it so that the floor went through that edge. And then because I was going to be putting carpet down, it didn't matter that it was just going on the insulation. I did in the end put some little plinths underneath so that I could then secure the carpet down using staples. Right, as you can see, the floor is down. I really shouldn't have done it in this laminate. Basically, the reason I did it, like I said, I've got this for free. I could have bought one big board and put it down, and it probably would have been a lot easier to screw down and everything else, because I don't want this laminate flooring. Like I say, I've got some carpet going down. And yeah, I've made mistakes and bits and pieces, but at the end of the day, it's the bottom. And the thing is, I'm doing this just for me. So yeah, I may have done things wrong and not the right thing, like I bought the wrong size of screws, so I've had to recess them a little bit. and I just couldn't be bothered to go back to Screwfix to get some more. So yeah, I've just had to make do with what I've got. And that's the thing, is a lot of the things that I do, if I've got something and I can make use of it, then I'll do it, because at the end of the day, it saves it just going to a tip or being burnt or whatever in the case of this laminate floor. So yeah, this is down now. And then what I'm now going to do is I'm going to put the carpet down. Now, the carpet is actually brand new, well, basically brand new. I bought it about 4 or 5 years ago. We used to camp and we had a big tent, and just to make it more comfortable, I bought a bit of carpet that was like, I think it's about 2.5 meters by 2 meters, and it went down in the bedroom area of the tent because it made it more comfortable. So I've got this, we don't use the tent anymore, so I thought, well, why not use it? It's been rolled up under the bed for the last few years, so I've got it out, vacuumed it to get any kind of the creases out, and we're going to get this then put in so it's all the way from the front to the back, basically. So yeah, and then it's going to go around, you know, and when I put units in, I'll probably cut it around those units. I'm not too sure, but just to stop any gaps through this flooring, I'm just going to put tape over all the gaps. Right, now it's the fun bit of getting that carpet in and then cutting it around. So let's get on with it. It wasn't as bad as I thought getting the carpet actually in. All then I had to do was just basically just try and find the centre of it and then just push it out to the edges. I do staple down the sides to stop it really moving because it was slippy on the boards. And unfortunately, with my problems bending down like this, you can see I was in a little bit of a pain trying to get it, but in the end I was able to then get it all flat and then start cutting around the wheel arch and the corners and things like that. I mean, you do really need a good sharp knife, because remember the carpet is thick, so that if you've got a dull blade it's not going to go through that well, so always make sure you've got a sharp blade. Now for me, I don't mind fitting carpet. All the carpets I've fitted around the house anyway myself, so I don't mind doing this. It's just unfortunately again now bending, it wasn't that good for me. Where the carpet meets the rear doors, I was able to actually fold this under the plank of wood so that it gives a better seal for the doors, but unfortunately later down the line, because I actually have to take out the carpet and a bit of the flooring again to actually fit some rails for the bed that I'm actually doing, taking a rock and roll bed and put it on unwind rails so it can actually move forward and back, so I can have like a little bit of a boot out. That'll be coming in probably either the next video or the next video after that, so make sure you subscribe to see actually how I get on with this bed, because I'm not just making it move, I'm also widening it and doing a lot more to it as well. And the furniture that's going into the camper, basically I'm using free stuff that was off Facebook Marketplace. And again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.